I'm in.
Bet you've got 4 different colours.
I'm a one.
There are a lot of players off for scans, I believe. Is this the worst in terms of injuries, all in the same sort of area of the pitch that you've encountered in your managerial career?
Possibly, but I think the scans in varying degrees are success and bad news, but I think for us we just need to try and identify quickly what we're dealing with, you know. And as it stands today, I think we had 11 injuries, so 11 players unavailable to train today, and we've obviously still got enough to train and put a strong team out and a strong squad out on Saturday. So my focus is the one really, and the ones that are available. Just try to get 1 or 2 who are in the kind of 50-50 category available for the weekend. So the ones who are in that category, Beningame, McInnes and Kajota, who picked up a little hip strain yesterday, but O'Sheen's away seeing a specialist in Glasgow this morning as we speak, 10 o'clock. Following on from the result of his scan, we got his scan results back late last night, and it was fairly positive, but we just need to get a kind of direction from the specialist today, so hopefully it's good news on that one. Benny did some work with the physio yesterday. His scan has come back pretty positive in the sense that it's more kind of bone bruising type thing, and it's just really trying to kind of get the change of direction into him, and hopefully if he does some work today with the physio and tomorrow, then he'll train Friday. Benny seems quite positive on that. And the more disappointing aspects is Stu Finlay's picked up a hamstring injury and will be out for 6 weeks. And Aju's thigh injury is going to rule him out for the season. He's going to need an operation. So disappointing for him. It's the boy has just had no luck at all. He's worked so hard. I've never seen a boy really as dedicated to get back to being fit and desperate to play his part. Boy's heartbroken, and we just need to deal with that now, but he'll not be back now until the pre-season, so we just need to deal with that. We've not had him really available to us, but we did feel that this, in light of some of the injuries we've got, it would be a chance for him to have a big impact between now and the end of the season, and unfortunately that's not going to be the case, so we'll just support him with that. And obviously Stu's injury is far from ideal, but he, as it stands, he'll miss the next 4 games, as it will be with Lawrence, and hopefully the lads will be back for the Motherwell game at the start of April.
What about Craig Gordon?
So Craig, again, scan wasn't a great reading, but Craig's feeling better than what the scan suggests, so he's got a follow-on appointment this morning with the specialist. We'll see where that sits with him, but the likelihood is he's not going to be available for the next couple of weeks, and depending on what the specialist says, it would obviously be a doubt for the Scotland get together. But Craig has still been positive with it, and it's the opposite side. Obviously at the start of the season, the issues he had coming from the back of the neck and I think it was his left side, shoulder, neck. It's the other side this time, so it's just probably just wear and tear over the years, and it's flared up through really not doing too much. It's just a consequence obviously of the amount of football the boys had to play.
I suppose with the World Cup coming up as well, does he want to wrap himself up in cotton wool to be ready for the summer? Or
no,
obviously
it's not that. I think that'd be unfair for him to just think he's going to get ready for the World Cup. I think we shouldn't jump to a conclusion. I think he's had a scan that shows that there's something there that we need to try and manage. But we do think that, as you say, the way Craig's feeling, it doesn't quite feel as bad as it was at the start of the season on the other side. And obviously he got back and training available and played for us and Scotland. So the specialist appointment, I think, will give us a better steer in that. So hopefully over the next 48 hours or so, we'll have a better idea what the specialist suggests.
In terms of the weekend, it was nearly the perfect weekend for you, was it not? With Livingston and held on for a win.
Aye, but listen, I've said that all along. I think there'll be twists and turns. There's a lot of doom and gloom and a lot of certainty from a lot of people after we lost at Ibrox, but I certainly felt that there was still lots to play, and there's still quarter season to play. You know, it's still loads of points to be played for, loads of points to win. loads of points to drop, you know, and I think, as I say, you just see that, like West Rangers and Fine Fettle go to the team at the bottom of the league who haven't won for so long and get run the whole way. It shows you how competitive the league is and how difficult it actually is to win games of football in the Premier League. So we just need to concentrate on ourselves and try and deal with what's ahead of us, and that starts Saturday, one game at a time, just try and deal with Aberdeen, who we know need our full attention.
Does it help that, or is it an advantage that you play the Saturday, or it's only an advantage maybe if you win the game, the Celtic Rangers playing the Sunday?
Listen, if we were playing the Sunday, I wouldn't see it as a disadvantage. So
Psychologically, possibly.
Possibly, I don't know. If you hear people say that if you get your job done before the others play, you know what I mean. But for me, I'm not really getting involved in any of that. I just think we just need to. We've got our hands full here, just trying to win a game, and it's important that we just concentrate on ourselves and Aberdeen. It's a home game. We want Tynecastle to be even better than it's ever been, and it's been brilliant so many times this season. But the fans need to realise this opportunity that's there for us, and we need to try and get the whole thing as best we can be from a Hearts perspective. There's no doubt we've got facing a lot of challenges at the minute internally with the injuries and stuff, but we've still got to make sure that we come out fighting, we come out flying, and the support have got a big part to play in that.
I was going to say that because you mentioned the support a lot over the last couple of days. Hearts fans in the past, historically, at times if things aren't going their way, you could feel a tension. But that wasn't the case on Saturday, was it? You know, prior to the Hearts scoring.
I thought they were good, and I think they've earned. I think the players have earned the trust. I think we've all, over the course of the season, you know, whether we've been brilliant and sparkling form and scoring goals, or whether we've been resilient and dogged and making sure we stay in games. You know, very rarely do we not feel we're going to win, and you know, I think the supporters have probably learned to trust the team a wee bit more. But I actually felt that it was the type of game that there was a lot of anxiety, and it's new territory for a lot. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's up to us to just try and deal with the situation. But the best way to deal with it is to stay positive and just get behind the lads the best way we can. And the players will not let them down in that sense, you know, and not through any sort of effort. And it's my job to reinforce positive messages to the players at this stage. It's that sort of support that, from me and the staff and everybody else, that the players will respond, I think, at this stage of the season.
You've had a full week then of training with the players that you've got available. Aberdeen played last night in what looked like a very heavy sandy pitch. Is that an advantage to you as well, that there's maybe a freshness, or potential freshness there?
I don't know. No, I think Tuesday to Saturday's not too bad in terms of recovery and whatever, and Aberdeen have got a huge squad to choose from as well. So the pitch was difficult. I mean, I felt for both sets of players, it's just not a good look, and it's disappointing. Dundee United players will not look forward to playing on it, and they lose all the kind of home advantage because of that. It was such a challenging evening, I think, for both sets of players. But whether it's any training on the body, I'm not so sure whether it's a heavy pitch or a sandy pitch.
You've been used to, over your career, dealing with injuries. Does it feel any different when you are where you are and you're aiming for what you're aiming for? It's harder to take.
It's easy to feel sorry for yourself. It's easy to think why us and why me and why are we getting these key players out. But I think it's unrealistic to think you can get through a full campaign. It's a league for a reason. It's no. You have to get through all the different tests and challenges, and there's no doubt we're getting challenged at the minute at such an important time. I do feel if we can come through this little period, I've said Stu will be back probably for Motherwell, Lawrence will be back for Motherwell, Cammy should be back in 2 or 3 weeks' time. You know, I do think that you know, once we get through the next 4 games, we're going to be a bit stronger, ideally, getting into the final run-in. So I almost feel like a transfer window open up for us in April and we get a few back. So you take the good with the bad, don't you, as you go through it. And Kingsley will be 3 weeks. So there's a few lads that will be in and around it in a few weeks' time. But for now, we just need to deal with the ones that are fit and available. And we've got enough in the building to be competitive, to win games of football in the Scottish Premier League, and that's what we've got to try and do.
Did the players just get that extra need to sort of all dig in and pull through it together, or is that something that, does the messaging change from you at all? Is it something you address with them?
I don't think I need to say it. I think don't think anybody can challenge the resilience and the strength of the squad in terms of that side of it, the mentality side of it. You know, I think we've got the best record, I think, against teams in and around us. You know, we've picked up most points against Celtic, most against Rangers. You know, Motherwell, who are doing great and getting a lot of much deserved praise. You know, they've not beaten us, we've not beaten them. It's been tight games. So the teams in and around us, we've actually done well, and that normally serves up, for me anyway, indicates good mentality, good strength of character. But it's the games that we're going now where we're playing Aberdeen, and Aberdeen have got good players. You look at them and you think the investment they've put in their squad over the last couple of seasons, few seasons, and it is a surprise to see them where they are, but they're still capable. You know, there's players there that can cause us problems on Saturday, as can every team. So we just need to concentrate on performance and not concentrate on injuries and situation. It's performance, because I know the mentality is there, I know the spirit's there, I know the resilience is there. It's just concentrating on bringing a good performance, because that's the biggest indicator of where you can get a positive result.
I know you said a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago, that you're enjoying this, you're enjoying where Hearts are and tussling out with the best of them at the top. Are you still enjoying it now, with the pressure still being on and, you know, having to deal with these setbacks or whatnot? And I know we're kind of looking inwards. How's it been for you?
Absolutely. I think I tried to illustrate the point where I'd rather be where we are than at the bottom end of the table, because that is real pressure when you feel as though you can't find enough wins and you can't get the answers, and you know the ramifications of that. You know, but for us, it's like we're in a good place. You know, it's you know, you speak to a few board members even this week and all the rest of it. It's like, this has got to be enjoyed. It's not easy being at a club at Hearts sometimes. You know, whether you're a board member, a manager, groups of players, sometimes it's challenging and it's difficult, and we've all got to try and enjoy this. And I think the supporters are. I think they're getting rinsed every Saturday, but they would rather have that and the club being relevant and spoke about, rather than that kind of disappointment. So it's important to just try and keep tapping into the positivity and keep the whole thing going. But in answer to your question, of course I've got to be enjoying it.
I think after the weekend, this is the first time Hearts have been favourites for the title the whole season. Do you see that as a significant step, or is that finally you getting the recognition of what you've been doing for the last 28 games?
No, listen, I don't know about that. I've never ever felt we were favourites at any point, but I know that we're capable of winning games, and I know that with 10 games to go, there's still a lot that can happen, and we've just really got to just concentrate on ourselves, whatever people say. And I'm alright with pundits saying, pundits are paid for their opinion, and I've always been good with that, whether they say good things about us or whether they say bad things. I'm absolutely fine with that, and whether people think we're favourites or not, or the bookies do, everybody can be wrong. Pundits are wrong, bookies can be wrong. We just need to try and be as right as we can, and that's the intention Saturday.
You mentioned the other week, Derek, that Alex Ferguson had been in touch. I mean, give us a bit of insight into how much attention he's paying to this.
I spoke to him again today actually. He's well aware. You know, obviously he was up at one game on Saturday, and he's coming to the game on Saturday as well. So look forward to catching him up with him. But you know, he's well aware and the situation. He's good to give you little pointers and little nuggets of experience that he had both in run-ins and things like that. So he's been good as gold. But every conversation I have with him, I feel privileged, and I always get something from it.
Do you get the feeling he's rooting for you to get this over the line?
Well, I get the feeling. I kind of think I'm pretty sure that is the case. But I don't know if he's phoning up now. No, but it'll be good to, as I say, good to see him.
Is that his choice to come along, or is he a guest of the club? Like,
I asked him if he fancied coming along, and he said he's going to be Celtic game on Sunday, so he's just he's coming to see us now on Saturday as well. So it wasn't originally planned, but when I spoke to him again a couple of weeks ago, he mentioned that he said he's coming along Saturday, so he'll be our guest, and so looking forward to seeing him.
You've obviously had these two events in the Gorgie Suite over the past couple of days, last night and Sunday. I mean, is that quite good, the connection you get with the supporters and these things?
I think it's great for the players to see, certainly the Sunday one in the Federation. I mean, we were in early at 1:30, so I don't know when they all started drinking. I believe they went right on late into the night, but it was a brilliant atmosphere. I think it's good for the players to see see that. Listen, interaction with the players and supporters is quite is often anyway. There's a lot of things, different things going, and obviously the lads all living around the city. But in an organised event like that, you could see the outpouring of support from the supporters at that, and the goodwill towards the players. And I think it's always important for players to feel that from their supporters, because obviously it's my job to support them, but we all recognise who we play for. And last night's event was another good night in terms of that interaction and answering some questions. A lot of questions they kind of expect, a lot you don't expect, but these things are always quite positive. Always helps for a manager if you win the previous Saturday, because you get into that with a wee bit more positive. But I think there's a lot of positivity going about at the club at the minute, and we just want to keep it going, and the fans have got a part to play in that, and that message was loud and clear for me.
Has there been one piece of advice from Sir Alex that you've taken and thought, I'm going to use that? One specific piece?
No, not really. There's been loads of little, because he's lived it, you know, he's done title wins and these sort of situations when there's a lot of kind of high pressure. But no, and obviously the reference, the irony is it was his team that last won it. So, no, he spoke about previous experiences, spoke about certain situations, and you know, a lot of, I wouldn't say there was anything that stands out for anything else. There's so much that he says is valid and worthwhile and worth listening. I take notes as I'm talking to him. Because it's even when he's just speaking and talking away, that you pick up things. But he knows my players. He's well aware of who's who. And some of them still can't get their head around that when I tell them. I mentioned Cammy Devlin the other day. I say to Cammy, he said, you missed Devlin, and he went, he never said that. And he says you need to pass forward more, you need to switch your play more, and you need to shoot more. And he did he? And he went, aye, he never, but he said it. So
I suppose mentally though, Derek, you get that in a player's head that Fergus, Sir Alex is
he
speaking
knows
about.
he knows all the game. He knows obviously some boys more than others, but so no, it's good that he's watching. But you know him, he's sharp as a tie, and he's well aware of what's going on.
Where did that relationship start? Is that from Aberdeen days that you got to know him?
I met him a couple of times when I was at Rangers through the gaffer, but I more so when I became a manager at Aberdeen, and I've been down to see him a couple of times. So he's always been really good to me. Obviously, Walter Smith was somebody that was my kind of biggest confidant, somebody that I tapped into the most and for advice. But it's nice that he's reached out to me and been speaking a lot recently.
Right.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Cheers.
Cheers.